that Jesus is the one who sends us. But we need that empowerment. We need that clothing for the assignment He has for us. Because it's beyond every political agenda. It's beyond every caste. It's beyond every ethnicity. It's beyond every culture. It's beyond our human capacity. Amen?
Amen.
See, God has a specific garment for each one of us. God has the same Spirit, but diversities of gifts. God has a specific garment for each one of us. And as we begin to grow in that garment, what does He do? He begins to increase that. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Acts 1:8, I'm just rushing through this. Acts 1:8, we know that, but you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, to the ends of the earth. See, even there we see that the Jews had to go into Samaria. The Jews had to go to the ends of the earth. Do you know that the Jews did not have a responsibility for anyone other than a Jew? That was the Jewish culture, that was the Jewish mindset. So the Great Commission was, I'm breaking in to your cultural barriers now. I'm breaking in into such a place that the Romans you want to chuck out, you're going to now love them. You're going to reach out to them. The Samaritans that you think are lesser than you, you're going to love them as you are, as yourself. And that, God, when the Holy Spirit breaks in, He breaks every barrier that we as human beings put up. And one of the things was culture, but just because of time, read that verse again, Acts 1:8, and look at the two wills. Look at the two wills. There's something I never realized it, but what's the first will? It says you will receive power. That's the first thing. So when the Holy Spirit comes on you, it's not, okay. You receive power. You receive dunamis power. You receive explosive power. And sometimes we are saying, God, but I don't feel it. Who cares if you don't feel it? God says, when I pour the Holy Spirit upon you, you will receive power. And that's what we have to function in. How many Christians today wait for the right feeling? Or the goosebump moment? Because it has suddenly become about whom? Themselves. But God was sending His Spirit over the church for the sake of the world. For the sake of the world. So here He says, you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you. Right? What's the second? And you will be my witnesses. So it's almost like one follows the other. Right? One follows the other. God fills you with His power. And God says, you will be my witnesses. I don't have to make a huge effort to be a witness. I just have to live my life. Did you get that? Why? Because I'm filled with the power of the Holy Spirit. And notice that God says, when that happens, you will be my witnesses. Today, we choose whether we want to be a witness. Am I speaking to somebody? Yes. We choose to be a witness because my life is so full of problems, or I have so many things, I don't have time to be a witness. But God says, you just be a witness. You just be a witness, because it's almost like when the Holy Spirit is in me, that's what He will need me to be. We don't have to have special training to be a witness. He says, live a life in the Spirit. And you will be a witness. As soon as the Holy Spirit came upon the disciples, what happened? when they were filled with the Holy Spirit, they began to speak in tongues. Well, what did the Holy Spirit do? He led them out of the prayer room. He didn't say, come on guys, get together. Let's have a more powerful time of prayer. He's saying, I have poured my Spirit out. And immediately they left the room and went onto the street. They left the room and went into the world. They left the room and went to where the gospel needed to be preached. They did not have great prayer meetings saying, yeah, we receive the Holy Spirit, so let's come together, let's get into a huddle and have more of Him. God is saying, okay, I'll pour my Spirit out. You want more? You go out there. And that's a challenge I want to meet with you. As God pours out His Spirit on you, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do with it? Where are you going with that? You will be my witnesses. Even without knowing it, you will be a witness. All that God is saying is, allow me to be there. As you go on the street, hearing what is God saying. As you're with a friend, hearing what is God telling you. Yesterday someone called me and said, Pastor, you've been teaching us to hear God for people. And someone visited us. And my wife suddenly began to talk to them and prophesy over them. My wife who never opens her mouth. And we are like, yes! Why? It was not her. That's a power of the Holy Spirit. We put restrictions, limitations. That when Jesus was crucified, right, in the Gospel of John, chapter 20, we see the disciples in the upper room or in a room. They've bolted the doors, they put barricades, and they're inside that room for the fear of the Jews. Remember the story? Mm-hmm. And suddenly, Jesus is there amongst them. And he says, peace be with you. And then he commissions them and says, as the Father has sent me, I'm now sending you. And immediately after that he says, receive the Holy Spirit. Interesting. I saw a comparison of that versus the day of Pentecost. Here are the disciples in fear inside the room. And Jesus says, guys, you got to unlock that door and get out there. And when the Spirit of God came, He didn't keep them inside. He took them outside. He took them outside. And my prayer for you tonight, and my encouragement for you is, don't stay inside. I'm not saying leave the church, okay? The church is where you are empowered. The church is where you are trained. But the church is not where you remain. Because the lost are out there. And God is saying, church, let's move. You know, why? We don't just switch on and switch off the power of the Holy Spirit. He remains in us. He remains in us. And God is challenging His church and saying, time to go. I will empower you. I will pour my spirit. I'm pouring my Spirit upon you. Not for you to have a good time, but for you to be witnesses. And when the Holy Spirit came upon them, they were filled with power. And they were witnesses. From Jerusalem to the ends of the earth. And God's calling each one of us to be a witness. To be a witness to the lost, not to the saved. To the lost. To those who need hope. To those who need the touch of God. For those who need a miracle. And to be bold. So that when you're going in the bus, when you're going in the train, begin to pray for people around. You say, God, is there anyone you want me to just say hello? just touch me. Or to share something. Because there are many around you. There are many. And I believe that if we are saying yes, God is going to be showing you. Because the Holy Spirit knows. And it's about a lifestyle. It's not a meeting oriented, it's a lifestyle. We need to live daily encountering Him. Saying, God, pour out your Spirit because I need more as I go out. Sometimes we are like the disciples in the room locked up because we are scared. Come on, be honest. You know, there are moments I'm scared. And then Jesus breathes on us and says, receive the Holy Spirit. Receive the Holy Spirit. So let's stand up.